I just want to connect you with this story that we always feel guilt in your life, in our life, that is world story. Many of us have one kind of feeling that because of the remembering those world story, it will gain the pain. But basically, there are many stories that we had left in our life in the past. It's called world stories, which has lots of, which we put lots of effort in these stories. From we overcome from those stories, from those events, from those incidents that we overcome. So I just want to remind yourself that your life world story, the story which is going to change your life. Because I had an incident in my life. I always remember my world story about my, I had fight with my teacher. My dad, he is a teacher, and and the school that I used to study and the school my dad used to teach was the same school that time. I forget the grade, I think 8 or 7 or 8 grade, that I knew that I did the exams was good. I was expecting every subject that 90 plus marks that I need to achieve. But I was shocked that I was failed in 3 subjects, that was math, science, and English. I was so worried about that, how come? Finally, I decided one thing, that I will speak with the teacher. I went to the English teacher first and I asked, what the hell you did? That I attended all answers that was all correct. And I went to speak with him, and I scolded him lots of, I speak nonsense as well, and I decided to fight with him, and I fight it. And he told me that ask your dad. And I went from there to science teacher. He also replied me same. And I went to the math teacher. He also replied me same, ask your dad. And with carrying one big stick that I stand in front of my dad, to whom I always respect, to whom I always feel that joy, feel that auspicious things when I stand in front of my dad, because he's the one who is always like evergreen role model for me, even whatever's happened. And I told my dad that if you do not share what was the story about, what was the things that happened to me, that you failed me, because I spoken with 3 of teachers that you failed me. My dad replied me, I failed you because I was expected you freaking 100 by 100. You only got 88 each. That is the reason I failed you, that you need to achieve that. It's okay to have negative, sometimes it's okay to have negative feedback as well, negative encouragement as well. And my dad called me and shared with me few things that I always remember, that my world story, that whatever happened in your life, you have to be the number one. I still did not understand that why he said. I still did not know that people need to say that, people have to be number one in their life or not. But I live my life as number one. I didn't care it is number one for somebody else or not. But for me, within myself, I'm number one. How much money I will make, I don't care. How much people followed me, I don't care. How much people will listen to me, I do not care. I care about my own feelings, that never let it go down within myself, because the world story taught me that I have to be best. It's not about number one, that I understand now after studying, after gaining the knowledge. My dad was saying not perfection. My dad was saying me that time, his intention that my son need to be the best. That is the reason I always remember this world story, that I did what I did. But that incident always made me positive in my life. That incident always encouraged me to perform more, encouraged me to do more, encouraged me to uplift more, encouraged me to find more. So I don't know, your story will be going to make any impact within yourself or not. But I believe that every individual's having the world story which is gonna change your life if you were able to catch that story's theme, if you were able to catch that story's initiative, what is. Or let me tell you one thing, if you have a so bad incident in your life, in your past, but you overcome from that incident and you reached in the place where you are now. So there was the movement, the incident, and you overcome. Between that, there was a movement that you wake up and you feel that time that I need to go ahead. I need to attempt this all in universe. I need to go ahead. That story, that movement will be always the number one strategy in your life. Because you were still you are thinking that story or that incident was the worst incident ever in your life. My question is here, that what was your world story means that what was your overcome, how you overcome from those incidents that you think that was the so worst incident. But you are here now with full of positivity, with full of incentivity, with full of prosperity, with full of kindness, with full of absolute love. This is what I mean to say. The another is that that is about our new story, guys. What was your new story? That is start with where you want to be in your life, or you can say the self-realization about your life. What are you going to create in your life? The what story that you want to create from today onwards? What is your theme to live in this world? So what you want to be in your life? What you have decided? Let's go to the back, 31st December 2020, the midnight 12 a.m. that you will have lots of resolutions that you made. Lots of things. Within 2021, I will achieve that, I will do that, I will do that, I will do lots of things. If you write, if you did that on the paper, if you wrote on the paper, that many of pages will be full, has been full. But we did not. We just feel that day, and 1 month that we might remember, whole January, or maybe till mid of January, that we have feelings that, oh my God, I have to achieve that, what I have to do, what I will do, and some sort kind of things. But at the end, once February start, the love of month, once February start, the many several days that we forget everything. Right? We don't know what resolutions that we made. So I just want to remind you the year when it started, what are the resolutions that you had started or you had remember. You have to recall now. And you need to find out that what you want to be in your life and what are the things that you need to achieve to make your best year ever for 2021. I don't know what you want to be. I cannot tell that you have to be some sort kind of things, businessmen or job holders or speakers or coach or trainers or CEO or a police officer or army officers or whatever it is. But whatever you want to be, you need to have that things with written. That is the things. To create the new story, you have to have blueprint of your life. That's why I always used to say this word. If we want to build a home for some certain years, we don't know when we're going to sell that home. We don't know when earthquake will come and it will be blast. We don't know that when it will be going to finish. But the things that I want to say is, if you are going to create the story of your life, that you have to understand one thing, the blueprint that you need to make for your life. If you are going to build a house, you will buy land. After that, you will go to the engineer and you will make a huge things. What is that, That is map of your home, where you are going to build the bathroom, where you are going to build the bedroom, where you are going to build this and that, many things. And when we start the building home, we will go to the engineer and we ask engineer to build everything in a picture, and we'll go to in the place, and we will get approval, and we start build home. And at the end, when it's finished, we color it. We color it. And we'll make it so beautiful. So what about our life? What we are doing in our life? I don't know. You have a plan for it or not? So we need to have a plan to create our new story. We need to have each day's plan. I have a plan for next 100 years, my dear friends. I don't know you believe on it or not. So you need to have a plan for each day. No matter how long you are going to live. I don't know tomorrow morning I will be alive or not. In the world, there are more than, I forget, 3,000 or something people dying every day. But I will also, in account of someone. But I have a plan for 100 years. If I am not able to achieve that, someone who will be going to replace my place, and that dreams, that plan will be executed. So you always have to start thinking about your new story of your life, that where you want to be in your life. Where you are going to be next day, next hour. Each and everything that you need to take with your control, so that only there is a possibility of creating a new story.